EQ about 2 o'clock right there. I want to bring up the lows a little bit. There's about 12 o'clock right there. Might be too much. Looks like it is, maybe. And I'm going to add a little bit more mid-range. Maybe mid-range is what I need. Let me back off on the lows a little bit. Okay, I backed off on the lows, and I back off a little bit more on the lows, and all right, mid-range is wide open, and EQ is wide open. Let me bring the EQ back up to about 12 o'clock. There's 12 o'clock, and the mid-range is about 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to bring just turn the lows right off. I'm going to turn the lows right off and just use the mid-range. Maybe that mid-range about 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to use this EQ. Does that sound any better or does that sound worse? What do you think? 343-519.
Well, when you get to watch it, you'll see that it is changing it. It's not doing anything really drastic, in my opinion. It's changing it enough that you can refine it, that's for sure. When you had more lows, and maybe once you started to bring those, you did the lows first, if I remember right, and then you started to bring your mid up just a little bit, and before you finished that adjustment, I probably liked it the best out of everything I heard right in that area. It kind of sounds to me like, I don't know what you're using for a transceiver, but it sounds like it might be limited. You're limited to the bandwidth of the radio you're using anyway, because all the adjusting you did should have made a much bigger difference on my end. That's just a thought. Depending on what you have, it can be pretty easy to open that back up with a couple of changes in there.
Okay, now I increased the audio on the radio. Is that helping any right there? I increased it at about 12 o'clock there, over.
Yeah, it's very similar. I'll just be dead honest with you. It's very similar. I would bring some more low up into it right now.
Okay, there's some lows right there. That's about 9 o'clock. That's about 9 o'clock on the PR20. Go ahead.
Joe. Now I don't know where your mid is sitting, but bring it up just a little bit.
Okay, the mid-range is about 2 o'clock. Mid-range about 2 o'clock, and the EQ set about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, of the things I've heard, and I won't lie, I don't have the greatest memory. I'd have to sit back here and go back through the recording and listen to all the steps. To me, that sounds the fullest. Doesn't mean you probably couldn't do better, but that sounds about the fullest of what I've heard. But it does sound like your transceiver's not letting, I bet on a different radio, it would sound a whole lot different. I just don't, what are you talking on?
Yeah, I'm running a Magnum Omega 45 Hotel Papa, over.
Yeah, 410. Yeah, real good radio. If you jump on the internet through a few forums, you can find out a few changes you can make to the inside with, I'm not even a tech, so I could be wrong, and they can post a comment in this video for you. But you can get in touch with a few guys around the country. They'll tell you what capacitors to change, and I think that's either it or maybe a couple resistance changes too. But then you'll open up the bandwidth of the radio dramatically, and when you do that, everything you're trying to put through the radio, or you really are putting into it, will actually come out of it. Right now, it's not. But the way you got it set right now, my friend, I think that sounds about the best I've heard so far.
All right. Well, that's what I want to hear, man. That's what I want to hear, an honest opinion, and I appreciate that. I really do. And that's where we're going to leave it right there. So we got the lows set about 9 o'clock, the mid-range about 2 o'clock, and the EQ's about 1 o'clock. And we do have an SM58 over here. It seems like it does better than the PR20, but this thing's brand new. So I thought maybe I'd give it a try. I had it on a Fox Tango 1000, but I sold the 1000 and kept the microphone. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, man. Well, I mean, for what you're working with, it sounds real good. If you're after that real full, rich sound that you hear a few of these guys out here with, you would have to make those alterations to to the transmit section inside of your radio to get what you're looking for there, because I bet you're doing it. It's just I'm not going to hear it because the radio won't let those frequencies pass. Your radio's not going to let stuff that's, gosh, I'm even going to be wrong by saying a number, but let's just throw a number out there by, say, 100 hertz. Let's just say that. It won't let any lower sounds than 100 hertz actually transmit out past the radio, even though you're probably producing them. You make those alterations, though, and depending on the values in which you change within the radio depends on how much makes it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I guess I'm stepping on somebody. I apologize for the local gentleman there here in Oklahoma. I didn't mean to step on you out there. So, 343, I guess we'll call it quits, man. We'll slide back down there at 28. So, hey, man, I appreciate everything. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to find out what we can do. The only thing is, I'm going blind here, so that's the problem. I probably need to take it somewhere and have it done. I could do it myself, but I don't know if I could get it done or not, you know. This diabetes eat my eyes up, so. Anyway, I appreciate you. And you're sounding good on your end, too, man. Bodacious all the way. Top shelf. And I hope to work you again real soon. 343, thanks again, man. You're kicking up dust on a muddy road. It's 343, 519 in Oklahoma said it, and we thank you.
Hey, my pleasure, my man. No problem at all. Yeah, look into that stuff, and then I know a guy that lives around Oklahoma City. At least that would be the closest thing for you. His name is 1378. He lives down there. A real good guy and pretty darn knowledgeable. If you could find him via a forum or of some nature like that, he might be able to definitely get you helped out. Real big strapper down there, real good into the audio. Definitely be a good resource for you to try to pull on if you can find out where to find him. You can find him on forums, at least that I know of, like www.pdx.com. I don't think I've seen him in the radio room, Deep South Radios, but nevertheless, you jump on Worldwide Pirates of DX there. You can look him up, and he can definitely give you a hand, I would imagine. Take it easy, 519. I'll cut this thing off. I'm going to go back to 28, but you'll be the sole name on this gate. That way you can, if you don't like what you hear, you can tailor it to yourself with what you heard you had in your settings there. So take it easy, brother. Hope we get to put it on you again down there in Oklahoma. Stay safe. Claimjumper, your turbo around Denver is gone.
Yeah, I appreciate your help, man. You've been a lot of help to me, and I really appreciate that. 343-519.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. That's what this is all about, man. You take it easy. Maybe I'll catch you down on 28 here in a few minutes there. Bye.
We'll see you.